Hey, welcome to the first Teacher Tip Thursday of spring 2014. I am Rhonda. I'm the newest member of the CTAT team, and today I'm going to kind of walk you step by step through Socrative or Socrative. You've probably heard this talked about at EdTech. You may have heard several of us mentioning it. I am going to walk you through how to go in, set up your account, and make your first quiz on the computer. Know that this is also an app, so it's web-based, it's Apple-based for your apps, it's Android-based for your apps, it's Google-based, whichever one you're using. But I'm going to walk you through the easiest way that I know of to set up your quiz, and I actually do still prefer, amazingly enough, using my computer to set it up. So all I do is go up here to the navigation bar and type in Socrative. I'm actually doing that so that we can search it, so you can see what all comes up. It does come up immediately to Socrative.com. You'll notice up here on the top there's going to be a student login, a teacher login, and a teacher sign up. I'm actually going to go on, and I have an account, but I'm going to sign up for one with another email address so I can walk you through that. So let's go on, and we're going to click that teacher sign up. And you're going to start out, you have to give them an email address. So that's my personal email address. And then it asks you for a password. So get in and create account. And really, that's it. Your account is created. Now, it asks you some questions. You know, do you want to use this for quizzing? Do you want to use it for quick polling, for exit tickets, for games, things like that? I personally use it in my class. We do quick polls with it and exit tickets. That's what I like to use it for the most. You can think of this as a newer and improved clicker system. So we'll just go on and click hearing from every student. Now, some of the benefits to using this are that you can use it as a computer-based program, but you can also use it on phones. In fact, my students, I tell them when they come in, if they have their smartphone, to go on and download it. I actually like to send them an email in Momentum or D2L before class starts so that we're not all trying to download it at the same time, but I like for them to go on and have it. Another thing that this does is it allows you to get feedback from students that maybe are not real talkative, those students that perhaps they're not your students that like to answer questions out loud. So that's another reason to use this. You can use it on the computer, you can use it on your iPad, they can use it on their Surface tablets, Chromecast, anything like that. So we go here, and it's just telling you kind of how you do it, and that you've got the different types. When you tell your students to go to your session, and it gives you these directions up here at the top, you get a room number. Every teacher email address gets their own room number, and it's going to give us that in a second. It tells you how to initiate the activity. Kind of walks you through as you're going in. So here we go. We can start it, and it tells you how to open it. Okay, so this room number, if you look, this is your dashboard, and it's going to tell you initially, this is your room number. That means if you want to if you're teaching 4 or 5 classes and you want to use this in different classes, they're all the same room. So how do we differentiate? Well, we go down here, and this is where you're going to manage your quizzes. So let's go on and create one. So we'll click right here on Manage Quizzes, and this is just going to be a super short thing. You can import quizzes. You can, if you have quizzes done, you can edit them, you can duplicate them, you can delete them, but we're going to actually create a quiz. You do want to have sharing enabled, and I want this to be a multiple choice quiz. So question 1 is going to be, do you like the Socrative platform? So if I'm going to ask this of my students, obviously this is a yes or no. So we're going to put yes for answer 1, no for answer 2, and save it. Oh, forgot to put my quiz name. See, it won't let you get far if you skip a step. Quiz name, this is going to be sample. Gives you the number. You can share the quiz if you want to share it with somebody else. So let's say that we added 5 or 6 questions to that particular quiz. Maybe next semester I want to kind of still use the same deal. I can go in and edit it. So I pull up edit quizzes in my account. Well, the only one I've got in my account since we just set it up is sample. So we're going to click it, highlight edit quiz. There's question 1 that we just put in. Now, say I want to add another question. Alright, this time I'm going to add a short answer question. Okay, and this question is, I teach juvenile delinquency classes, so this question is going to be, what delinquency theory do you agree with most? Okay, you can go on and put your answers in there. If you don't want to put what the correct answer is, for something like this, there's not really a correct answer. I just want to know which one they're feeling. You don't have to put an answer. So you can leave it open. If you asked, a question where they had to list the steps to do something, if you were teaching maybe a nursing class or one of the EMT or paramedic classes and you wanted them to tell you how to splint something, you could go on and put your answer in there so that they could see it. And you would just keep on down through here, clicking multiple choice or short answer, and save. You'll notice that the very first question that it automatically put in was enter your last name and then your first name. If you don't want them to do that, if you want to do this as a totally anonymous, you just kind of want to check the barometer of the room and see if people are kind of getting it, you can totally take that off. You can move your questions up and down. I just switched the what delinquency theory and do you like the Socrative platform. So there's all sorts of things you can do with your quizzes. So what is the why do we use this? What am I going to get from using Socrative? Well, I'm going to open up my iPad and I'll show you. There is, when your students go to download, I'm just going to hold this up, you'll see this little like feather looking app. Where's my hand? Right here. There is a teacher and a student. Your students will need to download the one that says student. Okay? So I'm going to go in like a student, like I'm going to take this quiz. Now the one thing you do have to make sure you do is once you've made your quiz, you have to start it. So you'll click here on Start Quiz. We're going to start sample. We're going to run this one teacher paced. I don't want them to have a whole lot of time to answer. When your students sign in, this is what it shows, and all it's asking for is the room number. Your room number is right up here that you can give your students. Remember, I showed you that on that very first page. So we're going to go in and type in 645744 and join the room. Super simple. Now, I can have it show me live results. Since we did a teacher paste, I can decide when I want to send the next question. So enter your last name and then your first name. So let's see if I can remember how to spell my name today. And I'm going to click submit. It's going to start showing live results as your students are sending them in. So say I've got 15 students. I feel like they've had enough time. We're going to send the next question. As soon as you send that, it's going to say, that was my second question, what delinquency theory do you agree with most? We'll go with rational choice theory. I like that one. and I'm going to submit it. It's going to pop up my live results. Now, if I'm using this in my class, I'm using this to kind of see, is everybody getting it? I like to ask questions about what we've just been talking about. The neat thing about using it is when I teach the technology, the IDEA classes, and I may be, this semester I'm on 4 campuses, last semester I was on 8. I can't have quite the same interaction with those students that are on the other campuses. When I use this, I can still measure what they're getting and know, can we go on? So it's popped up. I personally answered rational choice theory. If we had more students in there, they might answer something different. So now I'm going to send the next question. Do you like the Socrative platform? Pops up. It's a multiple choice question. I send it in. You can see right there, one person's clicked yes on this side. One person, nobody's clicked no because there's just one person in the room. It shows you how many students you have up here and how many have responded, so that you know, I've got 20 students. Well, I've only got 10 that have responded. I need to give them a little more time. So when you get done, you can go down here and click End Activity. Now, it's going to give you the option that you can download a report. So if you were using this to do your actual classroom quiz, you can download your report or have it email the report to you. I don't typically do that because I'm not using it for the actual graded quizzes in my classes. But say we click Email Report, it just sent that email to my personal email. So that's a great use of Socrative. What else can we do with it? Well, we can do an exit ticket. Okay, we've all heard of exit tickets. I'm still in the room. It's going to give me 4 questions as a student. You see it says question 1 of 4. It's just the same things that I just did, the same questions, because that's the one I have set up. It asked me the first question for my name, the second one, how well did you understand today's material? And that gives me totally get it, pretty well, not very well, not at all, need help. I totally got it. Question 3 of 4 is a short answer question. What did you learn today? Right? Because we want to know, what'd you get out of this? So I got rational choice theory. That's what we're talking about in juvenile delinquency this afternoon. So we'll go with that. And then question 4 of 4 is please solve the problem on the board. Now if you don't have a problem, my specific discipline, I'm not putting problems on the board, right? We're not doing math or chemistry or any of that kind of thing. I may put a case study up there, but really that's not going to be something I'm going to use. So I could take that question out. But then if I type in OK, and as a student I'm clicking finish the activity. Alright, it's getting ready to pop up as soon as it, look there, I've already got 1 exit ticket done. What does this do? This lets us know what our students know. I want to download this report. Let's see what this downloaded report looks like. And it'll do it in an Excel document. And it's showing when was it done. It was Thursday, February the 6th at 1:12. What was the room number? What's my email that I've got associated with? How well did you understand? What did you learn? Solve the problem? How many answers were correct? That type of deal. So that's the report. If you download it, that's the same thing that gets emailed to you. What else can we do? We can do space race. All you education people know exactly what space race is. That is a game, right? Everybody likes to play games. Well, we can set it up. We can auto-assign team colors. We're just going to do one team right now because I just have one iPad sitting here. And that team is yellow. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to actually let the students race. Maybe we're working in teams. Maybe this is something really complex that we want to get group work on. Maybe it's something, a theory that we want to kind of see what they're doing. But we're going to put them in groups. It's still going to ask me the same 3 questions. My name, which theory I like most, and whether I like the Socrative platform. So it's that same quiz. I'm using the same thing 3 different times. Once I've done it, you can see my little rocket shoots over. My group wins. Woohoo! I like to win, right? Everybody likes to win. So as a teacher, I'm going to end the activity. Again, I can email the report, download the report, or choose no report. This one I'm going to choose no report because I don't need one. Anytime that you're using multiple courses and using multiple classes in this, being able to go in and manage your quizzes, being able to edit it, you can start and stop the quizzes. Here's your reports that you can go back and look at. You know, say you did this in your math class. You all used it as an exit ticket before you start the next week. As you're sitting down and kind of going through your lesson, you just want to check and make sure, okay, how many of the people, I've forgotten how many people got the exit quiz. You can go back in and look at that. You can retrieve it, send it, or download it, doesn't matter. You can edit your quizzes. You can import a quiz. There are lots of people that share their quizzes. That SOC number that pops up when I clicked that I would share my quiz, you have to have that to import it. But you can say everybody that teaches that same class wants to use the same exit question or the same space race. You can import that quiz, which is great. You can also import a quiz from Excel, which is also fun to do. That way you can, if you're making it up at home and you don't have internet access or something, you can make it up in Excel, and then when you hit Wi-Fi, be able to upload it in there. So that is the short, quick version of Socrative. Remember, this is the teacher version side. You do have to set up your teacher account before you can use it in your class. There are 2 apps, the teacher version and the student version. They're both free. That's one of the reasons why I like it. I like free. But when you go in to use it, all you've got to have is this one room number. If I make another quiz, it's still going to be that same room number. Everything I do is going to come under that same 645744 room number. Say you can see here I forgot to log out on my iPad. I can come down here and clear room. That clears everybody out. That means that if you're using it for back-to-back classes and people forget to log out, you can just clear it and start over. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you get a lot of use out of it. And as always, just come on over to CTAT if you have any questions about anything.